everyone, and welcome to Story Time with Liz and...
Oh, me, Chuckles!
We hope you're very well. Are you well today, Chuckles?
I'm very well. I'm very, very, very well. Yes, very well. What have we got on today, Mum?
Okay, today we've got a compilation of videos.
Compilation of videos?
Yeah.
Oh, when did the film start?
How about now?
No, yeah!
Yeah! Let's go! Today, we're going to be reading this amazing book. And this book is called Aliens in Underpants Save the World. And it's by Claire Friedman and Ben Court. But first, let's head over to the blurb to find out what the book is about. Come on. Aliens love underpants. It's lucky that they do. For pants helped save our universe. Sounds crazy, but it's true. Shall we go and read the story? Come on then. Aliens in Underpants Save the World. Aliens love underpants. It's lucky that they do. For pants helped save our universe. Sounds crazy, but it's true. On one pants-pinching mission, as the aliens zoomed through space, their spaceship shook and wobbled. Ooh, their hearts began to race. Their radars bleeped, their sirens wailed. On came the warning light. Yikes! Heading straight for planet Earth was one huge meteorite.
Oh
no! Meanwhile, on Earth, the scientists had such an awful fright. What's that? They gulped in horror. Picked up on our satellite. The fire engines came racing, police and air rescue too. But with just 4 hours till impact, there was little they could do. Quick! Down to earth the aliens shot and jumped out with a shout. No time to lose. If Earth blows up, our pants supply runs out. They took pants down from washing lines and raided knicker stores. They sneaked inside our houses and pulled bloomers out of drawers. The aliens stitched the underwear and proudly they unfurled the most ginormous pair of pants made in the whole wide world. Whee! Whizzing in their spaceships, they stretched out their pants in place. And as the meteor landed, it zoomed back into space. The meteorite has vanished, gasped the people in surprise. We thought we saw huge underpants, but can't believe our eyes. Back home, the aliens all cheered. Our pants plan was fantastic. We saved the earth and underpants with pingy pants elastic. So should your pants go missing, there's no need to make a fuss. Let the aliens have their fun. They've done so much for us. Well, did you enjoy that, boys and girls?
I bet they did. I enjoyed it.
I certainly enjoyed it too. Shall we move on to the next one?
Oh, definitely. Next one. Here we go.
Today, we're going to be reading this book. And this book is called What the Ladybird Heard. And it's by Julia Donaldson and Lydia Monks. But first, let's head over to the blurb to find out what the book is about. Come on. Two crafty robbers, one tiny ladybird, and a whole farmyard of fun. Hefty Hugh and Lanky Len have a cunning plan to steal the farmer's fine price cow, but they reckon without the tiniest, quietest creature of all, she has a plan of her own. Shall we read the story? Come on then. what the Ladybird heard. Once upon a farm lived a fat red hen, a duck in a pond and a goose in a pen, a woolly sheep and a hairy hog, a handsome horse and a dainty dog, a cat that meowed and a cat that pooed, a fine prize cow and a ladybird. And the cow said, moo, and the hen said, hiss, said the goose, and quack, said the duck. Nay, said the horse, oink, said the hog, bah, said the sheep, and woof, said the dog. One cat meowed, while the other one pooed. And the ladybird said never a word. But the ladybird saw, and the ladybird heard. She saw two men in a big black van with a map and a key and a cunning plan. And she heard them whisper, "This is how we're going to steal the fine prize cow. Open the gate at the dead of night, past the horse and then turn right. Round the duck pond, past the hog, be careful not to wake the dog. Left past the sheep, then straight ahead, and in through the door of the prize cow's shed." And the little spotty ladybird, who never before had said a word, told the animals, this is how two thieves are planning to steal the cow. They'll open the gate at the dead of night, past the horse and then turn right. Round the duck pond, past the hog, being careful not to wake the dog. Left past the sheep, then straight ahead, and in through the door of the prize cow shed. And the cow said, moo, and the hen said, quack. Hiss, said the goose, and quack, said the duck. Nay, said the horse, oink, said the hog, bah, said the sheep, and woof, said the dog. And both the cats began to meow, we can't let them steal the fine prize cow. But the ladybird had a good idea, and she whispered it into each animal's ear. At the dead of night, the two bad men, Hefty Hugh and Lanky Len, opened the gate while the farmer slept, and tiptoed into the farm they crept. Then the goose said, nay, with all her might, and Len said, that's the horse, turn right. And the dainty dog began to quack. The duck, said Hugh, we're on the right track. Oink, said the cat, there goes the hog, be careful not to wake the dog. Bah, 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 said the fat red hen. The sheep, we're nearly there, said Len. Then the duck on the pond said, moo, moo, moo. 2 more steps to go, said Hugh. And they both stepped into the duck pond. Splosh! And the farmer woke and said, golly gosh! And he called the cocks and they came, Nina! And they threw the thieves in their panda car. Then the cow said moo, and the hen said cluck. Hiss, said the goose, and quack, said the duck. Nay, said the horse. Oink, said the hog. Bah, said the sheep. Woof, said the dog. And the farmer cheered, and both cats purred. But the ladybird said never a word. The end. Oh, I love that story, boys and girls. Did you enjoy that?
I really enjoyed it. It was awesome. I think I really did laugh at that.
Well, without further ado, should we move on to the next one?
Oh, definitely. Here we go. Here we go.
Let's go. We're going to be reading this beautiful book. And this book is called A Squash and a Squeeze, and it's by Julia Donaldson and Axel Scheffler. But first, let's head over to the blurb to find out what the book is about. Come on. Wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Shall we read the story? Come on then. A squash and a squeeze. A little old lady lived all by herself, with a table and chairs and a jug on a shelf. A wise old man heard her grumble and grouse. There's not enough room in my house. Wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Take in your hen, said the wise old man. Take in my hen, what a curious plan. Well, the hen laid an egg on the fireside rug and flapped round the room, knocking over a jug. The little old lady cried, what shall I do? It was pokey for one and it's tiny for two. My nose has a tickle and there's no room to sneeze. My house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Take in your goat, said the wise old man. Take in my goat, what a curious plan. Well, the goat chewed the curtains and trod on the egg, then sat down to nibble the table leg. The little old lady cried, glory be. It was tiny for two and it's titchy for three. The hen pecks the goat and the goat's got fleas. My house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Take in your pig, said the wise old man. Take in my pig, what a curious plan. So she took in her pig, who kept chasing the hen, and raiding the larder again and again. The little old lady cried, stop, I implore. It was titchy for three and it's teeny for four. Even the pig in the larder agrees. My house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Take in your cow, said the wise old man. Take in my cow, what a curious plan. Well, the cow took one look and charged straight at the pig, then jumped on the table and tapped out a jig. The little old lady cried, heavens alive! It was teeny for four and it's weeny for five. I'm tearing my hair out, I'm down on my knees. My house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Take them all out, said the wise old man, but then I'll be back where I first began. So she opened the window and out flew the hen. That's better, at last I can sneeze again. She shooed out the goat and she shoved out the pig. My house is beginning to feel pretty big. She huffed and she puffed and she pushed out the cow. Just look at my house, it's enormous now. Thank you, old man, for the work you have done. It was weeny for five, it's gigantic for one. There's no need to grumble and there's no need to grouse. There's plenty of room in my house. And now she's full of frolics and fiddle-dee-dees. It isn't a squash and it isn't a squeeze. Yes, she's full of frolics and fiddle-dee-dees. It isn't a squash or a squeeze. The end. Well, did you enjoy that, boys and girls?
I bet they did. I enjoyed it.
I certainly enjoyed it too. Shall we move on to the next one?
Oh, definitely. Next one. Here we go.
Today, we're going to be reading this beautiful book. And this book is called The Singing Mermaid. And it's by Julia Donaldson and Lydia Monks. But first, let's head over to the blurb to find out what the book is about. Come on. Did you ever go to Silver Sands on a sunny summer's day? Then perhaps you saw the mermaid who sang in the deep blue bay. Shall we go and read the story? Come on then. The Singing Mermaid. Did you ever go to Silver Sands on a sunny summer's day? Then perhaps you saw the mermaid who sang in the deep blue bay. She sang to the fish in the ocean, to the haddock, the hake and the ling, and they flashed their scales and swished their tails to hear the mermaid sing. And sometimes the singing mermaid swam to the silvery shore. She sat and combed her golden hair, and then she sang some more. She sang to the cockles and the mussels, she sang to the birds on the wing, and the seashells clapped and the seagulls flapped to hear the mermaid sing. When Sam Sly's circus came to town, Sam took a stroll by the sea. He heard the mermaid singing, and he rubbed his hands with glee. He said, "I can make you famous, I can make you rich," he said. "You shall swim in a pool of marble and sleep on a fine feather bed. You shall sing for the lords and the ladies, you shall sing for the queen and the king. And young and old will pay good gold to hear the mermaid sing." "Don't go," cried the seagulls, and the seashells warned, "He lies." But the mermaid listened to old Sam Sly and smiled as she waved her goodbyes. And he took her away to the circus, and she sang to the crowds round the ring. And more came the deafening roar when they heard the mermaid sing. Now the mermaid shared a caravan with Annie the acrobat, and Ding and Dong the circus dogs, and Bella the circus cat. And she made good friends with the jugglers, and the man who swallowed fire, and the clown with the tumble-down trousers, and the woman who walked on wire. But she wasn't friends with old Sam Sly. No, she didn't care for him, for he made her live in a fish tank where there wasn't room to swim. And there was no pool of marble, there was no feather bed. And when she begged him, "Set me free," he laughed and shook his head. All summer long the circus toured, all autumn, winter and spring, and many a crowd cheered long and loud to hear the mermaid sing. But the mermaid dreamed of silver sands, and she longed for the deep blue sea, and her songs grew sad, and again she said, "I beg you, set me free." But again he laughed and shook his head, and he told her, "No such thing. Here you will stay while people pay to hear the mermaid sing." At Silver Sands, a seagull was flying to his nest, when on the breeze he heard a song, the song which he loved best. And he followed the song to the caravan. Sam Sly was about to lock it. The seagull watched as he turned the key and slipped it inside his pocket. The seagull waited till Sam had gone, then he perched on the windowsill, and tap, tap, tap at the door, he tapped with his yellow bill. Come back to Silver Sands, it's only a mile away. I can find the key and set you free if you'll come back home to the bay." "Escape," barked the dogs, "escape," meowed the cat, but the mermaid sighed. "Oh, I'd fail. For how could I walk to Silver Sands when I only have a tail?" "Like this," cried Annie the acrobat, and she stood upon her hands. "This is the way, the only way to get to Silver Sands. Right hand, left hand, tail up high. There's really nothing to it. If I give you lessons every night, you'll soon learn how to do it." Next week, while Sam was snoring, the seagull stole the key. He carried it off to the caravan and set the mermaid free. And he flew ahead to guide her as she walked upon her hands, along the moonlit road that led to Silver Sands. And the creatures on the seashore and the fish beneath the foam jumped and splashed and danced with joy to have their mermaid home. And she sang to the cockles and mussels, she sang to the birds on the wing, and the seashells clapped and the seagulls flapped to hear the mermaid sing. And if you go down to Silver Sands and swim in the Bay of the Blue, perhaps you'll see the mermaid and perhaps she'll sing for you. The end. Well, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed that. Did you enjoy that, Chuckles?
Oh, I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that.
Oh, it was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that's all we've got time for today.
Wait,
now.
what? No!
Yeah,
That's what we got time for.
yeah.
They're all over.
We'll come back next time.
Oh, there's going to be more.
Of course.
With me.
Yeah.
Chuckle.
Yeah.
All Chuckles are you as well.
Both of us.
Okay. Okay. So what can we do between now and then?
Well, between now and then, you can stay tuned to find out how you can help.
Oh, that sounds great. Bye, bye.
Hello everyone! If you enjoyed that book and you would like to purchase yourself a copy, the links will be in the descriptions below along with all my socials. And if you would like your book read on my show, that's where you'll find all the information to contact me. Thanks guys, bye! Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you'd like to see more of my content, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thanks guys!